But thou, Bethlehem. Okay, we read this verse all the time, around the Christmas era, when we're finding out when King Herod finds out from what town is this Savior going to be born in. This is the verse they all go to. The very last word of the verse tells us that Jesus is from everlasting. He's eternal. He's always been here. Now they're going to take away that everlasting, and they're going to give they're going to give Jesus a beginning. The New Revised Standard, from ancient days. That's how they end this verse. Not everlasting, ancient days. Well, what day was that? So he had a beginning on a certain day. NIV, from ancient times. Now he's limited by time. I would expect Jesus to be above time. Outside of time. Not hindered by time. New Living, the distant past. They have a beginning here. New Century, from days long ago. Matthew 8, chapter 2. Now we're going to get into some verses about Jesus being worshipped. This is very appropriate. He's part of the Godhead. He should be worshipped. And behold, there came a leper and worshipped him, saying, Lord. Now I've got worshipped him underlined and Lord underlined. And there's a reason for that. NIV says, a man with leprosy came and knelt before him. Now I'm glad they kept the word Lord in there. But knelt before him is a little bit toned down, or if you'll allow me to use the term watered down, of worshipped him. Now the kneeling part is going to change here. New American Standard says bowed down before him. Well, which is it, guys? Did he kneel or bow? Contemporary English says he knelt in front of Jesus. Now he's back to kneeling again. New Century says he bowed down before him. It's either kneeling or bowing. They're not the same. Good News says he knelt down before him and said, Sir. Now, I call a lot of people sir, usually strangers, when I'm arriving at a store with them and I open the door for them. I say, here you go, sir. But I only call one person Lord. I call a lot of people sir. Worldwide English, he kneeled in front of. Darby says he did him homage. That's easy to understand. English says knelt before him. Jehovah's Witness began doing obeisance. And the Revised Standard says knelt before him. They can't make up their mind. Matthew 9:18, when he spake these things unto him, behold, there came a certain ruler and worshipped him. New Living says he knelt before him. New American Standard said bowed down before him. Which is it? Holman Christian says knelt down before him. New Century Version says bowed down before. Matthew 15:25, then came she and worshipped him. NIV says she came and knelt before him. Young's Literal says bowing to him. And they use the word sir. New American Standard began to bow. Well, I guess she thought about it, but then, thought otherwise. Contemporary English says knelt down and begged. Rotherham Emphasized says began bowing down. They just can't quite bow all the way. They start to and they think it over. Holman Christian says knelt before him. Matthew 20:20, then came to him the mother of Zebedee's children with her sons, worshiping him. Well, the New King James says kneeling down. New American Standard bowing down. NIV says kneeling. The International Standard says bowed down. Mark 5:6. There's not too many of these. Worshipped him becomes fell on his knees, bowed down, threw himself at his feet. That's from the Weymouth. Matthew 25:31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, all the holy angels with him. Holy is the qualifier there. The New Life Version says all the angels. Well, let's see. Are there fallen angels? Is Lucifer going to be there when the Son of Man comes in his glory? Are they all just going to join with him? Oh, you're nitpicking. Yeah, I know. I am nitpicking. This stuff's important. You don't want to give any room for any error. You don't want to give room for anyone to try to dig out something that's not there. You don't want to give any what's the expression? You don't let a camel get in your tent. Words escape me again. English Standard says all the angels. NIV, all the angels. Everybody's going to be there. Not just the holy ones. Jehovah's Witness says all the angels with him. Matthew 23:14, Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayer. Therefore ye shall receive the greater damnation. Wow, that one's tough. Maybe they'll soften that a little bit. They will. The New Living doesn't even have it. The NIV doesn't have it. Now, the Holman Christian Standard Bible has it in brackets. When you see something in brackets, they are questioning it. And it's usually followed by a footnote saying, some manuscripts don't even have this. We don't know whether or not to put it in there. We can't be sure. We can't know if God's given us His Word. You know, who could know these things? And by the way, if they do bother to publish this, greater damnation becomes harsher punishment. Now, what's a harsher punishment? It's a slap on the wrist. New American Standard has it in quotes with a footnote. Greater condemnation. You know, when a terrorist does something wrong in a bunch of countries, they release a statement to the press. We insert the name of the country here. We condemn this action. There's not any teeth to that. They're just making a statement. Condemnation. Mark 11:26. But if you do not forgive, neither will your Father which is in heaven forgive your trespasses. Whoa, that one's tough. We better remove that one. New Living has it removed. NIV's removed it. None of these have it. Jehovah's Witness doesn't have it. At least they're all keeping up with the Jehovah's Witnesses. Job 13:15, Though he slay me, yet will I trust in him. Well, that's nice. It's good to trust in God. New Revised Standard, See, he will kill me, I have no hope. I'd say something's been changed there. The Complete Jewish Bible, Look, he will kill me, I don't expect more. World English Bible, Behold, he will kill me, I have no hope. Updated Bible version 1.9, yes, there is such a thing. Look, he will slay me, I have no hope. Hebrew Names version, Behold, he will kill me, I have no hope. You know, there's about 151 English translations. We could sure use 152. The Bible in Basic English, Truly, he will put an end to me, I have no hope. Something's been changed here. Isaiah 7:14, Behold, a virgin shall conceive. You know, some might nitpick the New Living because it says the virgin, like there's only one left in the entire world. Or it's almost Catholic sounding, the virgin. And I'm not going to pick on that too much, but the New Revised Standard really needs some heavy scrutiny. The young woman is with child. Well, that happens every day. Lots of young women discover that they're going to be pregnant, or they are pregnant, excuse me. This is not a miracle. They've taken this miracle out. The Bible in Basic English. A young woman is now with child.